Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to practice my acrylic application, but I also wanted to try out the Croc design, I guess is what it's called, because I had never done it before, so I thought I'd try it with using this blossom gel that I have. So now I'm just prepping my practice hand and prepping it so that I can apply some nail tips to it. And now that I figured out how to apply nail tips to this without struggling, I'll go ahead and get that done. So now after I've prepped my nails, I'm using the Young Nails Swipe to clean off the surface and the Young Nails Protein Bond so that the nail tip and acrylic can adhere to the nail bed. So I also wanted to practice shaping, so I'm using some tips that I have and the Young Nails brush on glue to adhere the tips, and then I will be cutting these into a coffin shape. And I'm not sure how long it takes me to hold these on so that they can stick, but I want to say 30 to 45 seconds maybe to hold them until they stick. So now I'm using my little scissors here so that I can cut these into a coffin shape, but also cutting the excess off the sides there. And I'm using the number that's like etched on the inside of the nail tip as kind of my guide to kind of give me an idea of where I want to cut the nail tip. So I'm using that, like I said, as my guide, and then I'll cut the tip just enough so that I can have excess, just so when I do actually start filing, I don't file it down too much and then it'll take away from the shape that I'm trying to get. So now I'm using a sanding band to make the nail tip flush to the nail bed. Sometimes this is necessary and sometimes it's not. because I think once you put the acrylic on, there really isn't any lumps or bumps, but I thought I'd go ahead and still use this method. So once I'd finished my filing, I'll go ahead and with this nude powder that I received from one of my subscription boxes, because I wanted the base to be a nude, and I'm using my Young Nails Greg's signature brush in about size 10, I believe, to do my acrylic application. And applying thin beads, just because I don't want to bulk it up too much, and then I'll encapsulate and clear. And depending on the nail that I'm using, or the like tip, or if I'm sculpting or not, I like to use a full cover, a larger brush, usually like if I'm sculpting, but if I'm doing like actual tips, to me using a smaller brush works out a lot better. But it just depends on, what works for you as far as you get your practicing in. Of course, I think using larger brushes, you can get more of the application done a lot quicker. But I think since I'm still a beginner and still learning, the ins and out of acrylic application, sometimes using a smaller brush can assist me with my application. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and your notification bell. Thank you. All right, so I had already started the clear application on my pinky. I forgot to hit the record button. But now I'm just going in with my clear to encapsulate the nude powder. So now I will check and make sure that the acrylic is fully dry by tapping my file. And I'm using the Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick file. I got these on Amazon. I'll make sure I link those down below. And what I like about this file is you're able to take the file side and like remove it and put a new one on every time you use it. And it's on a sturdy plastic piece that you can easily file and not have to worry about it bending. So now I'm taking that file and just crispening up the shape so that when I get ready to do my e-filing, I won't have much to file. And I didn't use a ton of acrylic, so I was able to not have to do a lot of filing here. So I would go back and forth on each side, and then I would go under and get any excess acrylic that may have dried under the nail bed. And now I'm smoothing out the surface of the nail bed because I think that helps a lot with trying to see where the high spots are, so that when I do come in with my e-file, I'm able to get rid of those high spot areas. And each time I do an acrylic application video, I do get a lot better because my acrylic application isn't super bulky, but it also is a lot smoother. So like I said, that I will have minimum filing to do. So now I'm using my e-file at about 6,000 RPMs with a medium grit safety bit. And the reason I use the safety bit just so I can kind of practice using it, because if I use it on a client, then that'll get me comfortable with using it. And like I said, by me using my hand file first, it makes it a lot easier to use the e-file to, smoothen out everything. And then once I finish with my e-file, then I go in with a buffer. I believe the buffer I used was a 240 grit, and I'll go ahead and buff out all the scratches and whatnot. And what I do like about the buffer that I will be using, it has a regular file on the other side, so just in case I see some spots where I need to file it again, I can use it. Right here you see me turning it over so that I can look at the profile from the client's perspective, just so I can get a really nice tight shape. And I really prefer to use these type of buffers instead of buffing blocks, because I feel like I have more of a handle on these type of buffers. And for now, I just mainly get them from Young Nails, but if you know of any other companies that have buffing blocks like these, let me know down in the comments. So now I'm using Young Nail Swipe to clean off the surface of the nail because I want to do a glitter top coat first, because I want that to be like the background of the Croc nails. Then I'll cure that under the lamp for 60 seconds. So now that they are cured, I'm going to go in with the IHOLD gel, their Blossom Gel, and the Gel Art colors from Kiara Sky. And the colors that I used were Creative Outlet and Self Portrait. And what I'll do is I'll put a thin coat of the Blossom Gel on the nail, and then I'll start making these little small strips of colors across the nail bed. And then the Blossom Gel will kind of blossom the colors through on the nail. And I wanted something different, so I thought I'd go back and forth with these two colors. And then after I get it the way that I like it, then I will go ahead and cure it under the lamp for 30 seconds. I did mess up on that ring nail because it hit the top of the light, but I just went ahead with it. And I'm trying out this no wipe top coat from my local nail supply store. And once I put a thin layer of top coat on each nail, then I'll go in and cure that for a full 90 seconds. So here they are. Tell me what you think, and if you have any suggestions or how I can make this a better set or and better with my acrylic application or anything like that. I would love to hear your ideas in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.